Hi guys, we are group for Zinc of grade 12 Newton, and now we are going to discuss about an experiment on capillary action. Capillary is actually derived from Latin, which denotes a likeness of hair because of its small measure. But too bad, this isn't human biology, and we are talking about chemistry.
Capillary action is similar to blood circulation in that it is the mechanism of a liquid moving through tight spaces without the use of an external force. We can see varied degrees of capillary actions depending on the diameter of the tube and its surface tension. We can see right through the paint with the brush and right through the soaps with the mops. Capillary action is an example of how intermolecular forces alter a chemical physical condition.
Objectives. This group composed experimental papers to aim to achieve the following. First, to stimulate remotely a capillary action experiment in the most economic and brief manner. Second, to categorically demonstrate an exhibition of a capillary action. Third, to explain and lecture capillary action and its connection with its intermolecular forces and others. Materials. This capillary action experiment requires the following materials. First, a pair of clear glass container. Second, a roll of paper towel. Third, food coloring or any form of dye with a mixing tool. And fourth, recording materials like camera, notebooks, etc.
To perform the experiment, you need to place your materials on a clean, flat surface. Fill decent amounts of water in one of your glasses. Once done, drop and mix the color of your choice, either from food coloring or dye. Bring your roll of paper towel and properly fold or re-roll into a tube or slip. Fold once again at the center and form an upside-down V. Place the side ends of the tissue on the two glasses. Now, observe and check what happens next.
For the first guide question, we have what are the two forces that are primarily responsible with capillary action? Beside the hydrogen bonds and others that were discussed from the previous video, we now talk about the presence of cohesive and adhesive forces, wherein cohesive forces are the attractions of the particles of the same substance, and on the other hand, adhesive forces are the attractions of the particles from different substances. For this case, between the water, the glass, and the tissue roll as well. By definition, we count cohesive forces to be intermolecular, whereas adhesive forces to be intramolecular. Secondly, how does capillary action even beat gravity? Yes, it is no doubt that gravity significantly affects the flow of capillary action, but what defies it is when the adhesive forces are greater than that of its cohesive forces, thus delivering its ability to climb or travel along its medium. This can also be termed as capillary attraction, and it is best shown when its medium, a straw, pipe, etc., is narrow and slender enough to support these adhesive forces and cohesive forces in reaching their stable state. Now for the third and final question. What are the other instances of capillary actions in your surroundings? We can observe capillary actions in nature, like what is inside stems and trunks of plants where the flow of water is vital for their sustenance. They are delivered by their xylem and phloem of their vascular system. We can also see this from paintbrushes and mops, wherein they suck their paints and soaps respectively. Lastly, this phenomenon is observed in laboratories with their apparatuses like pipettes, tubes, etc. that are applied in some tests and experiments.
We have observed the experiment. The orange-dyed water was able to demonstrate the clear movement effect of the liquid from one glass to another. This was all made possible by a folded tissue roll, which acted as a medium that is actually composed of numerous intertwined fibers of paper. This phenomenon is called the capillary action, wherein liquids flow upward without the help of any external forces. This is caused by the surface tension, the cohesive and adhesive forces of the water, all correlated by the intermolecular forces between its own molecules.